Hi, my dear students. Good morning. Let me introduce myself. I am Beena, your social science teacher. We have got two online classes through Victor's channel last week, and we have got the retelecast of that classes too. I have already gave you some worksheets and questions based on that lesson. While doing that work, some of my students called me and sent me messages for clearing their doubts. That is why I came in front of you. I think if others have the same doubts, it is better to clear through this way. I think you have already observed the classes several times because we have got the retelecast, we have got the YouTube link of that classes, and that lesson is about the life of early human being more than 10,000 years ago, how the human being lived. I think you have already studied about the life of human being in your previous classes. You know how they live, what is the occupation of the people, where they lived, etc. But here in this lesson, it is explaining about the four stages of early human being. These all four stages are based on the tools that they have used, based on the speciality of the tools. I think you know they used stone tools. And we got the information about the life of human being through the paintings and some ruins, etc. In that period, human beings have no language to communicate each other, and they shared their ideas through their pictures, and they drew pictures on the caves. I think I've already observed that pictures in your textbook. Most of the pictures are about their hunting, about the animal, etc. So we can use their main entertainment, their main occupation was hunting animals. That is why that period is known as hunter's age. And also they their occupation is hunting, and they used the flesh of hunting animals, and they used the skin of hunted animals as their cloth. They used their bones as their ornaments, etc. And some technological progress is also there. They made human statues with clay. They made ornaments with bones and stones. And they used rough stones as their tool. With the help of that rough stone, they hunted animals. And that period is known as Paleolithic Age. The speciality of tool that they used in that period is rough stone. And this period is also known as Hunter's Age. They have some technological progress also. These are the main points about Paleolithic Age. Second division is Mesolithic Age. Mesolithic means in between Paleolithic and the third stage Neolithic Age. In between that period, Paleolithic and Neolithic, that second period is known as Mesolithic Age, and that Mesolithic Age is also known as Microlithic Age. Do you know why that period is known as Microlithic Age also? Micro means small. In that period, human beings used small stone tools as their weapon. That is why that period is known as Microlithic Age. And in that period, hunting become extensive, and so much of animals become extinct, and the scarcity of food was there because all the animals become hunted, and that animal become extinct. That is why the human being searched for food. In that period, in Mesolithic Age, they started their settled life, and they used small shaped stone tools as their weapons. And technologically, that period was also progressed. They used bows and arrows instead of stone tools. They used stone tools and they used bows and arrows for hunting. And also, they began to exchange their food and other things to each other. And they used wooden logs for navigation, tied wooden logs, and they used it as for navigation, and they began to settle life. That was about Mesolithic age, the second stage. Third stage is Neolithic age. Neo means new age. When we are comparing to Mesolithic and Paleolithic, it is a new age. It was 8,000 years ago. In that period, they began to use polished stone tools. The stone tools become progressive in that period. Polished, very small stone tools were used. And in that period, they used the wooden handle for their stone tools. That was another progress in that period. And they started producing of food. They started cultivation. I think you know in Mesolithic age, the animals become extensive. Because of extensive hunting, animal become extinct. That is why the people in this period, in Neolithic age, they started cultivation. It was the important point in that period. Started food production, food cultivation, and they started settled life. In Mesolithic age, settled life was began already started, but in that period, in Neolithic period, they started settled life, especially near river valleys, because they want to cultivate agriculture products, they want to uh, produce their own food. That is why they settled their life in river valleys. That was the change when we are comparing Neolithic age to Mesolithic age and Paleolithic age. Technologically, they also progressed very much. Their most important technological progress was they used wooden wheel for making pots for pottery. Wooden wheel was used. They used wooden plowshare, etc. That was another changes in that period. Neolithic period was changed when we are comparing to Mesolithic and Paleolithic age. And in that period, historian Golden Child was known as Neolithic age is also termed as Neolithic revolution, because there was happened a big change when we are comparing Neolithic age to Mesolithic and Paleolithic age. And this is more about Neolithic age. The fourth stage is about Chalcolithic period. Chalcolithic age means in that period they used stone tools and at the same time they used metal tools. In that period, metal was founded. The first metal found by man was copper, and they used copper tool and at the same time they used stone tools. That is why that period is known as Chalcolithic period. There also they started agriculture. Agriculturally, so much progress was there. And all these sites were given in that worksheet itself. I already gave you the maps, and in that map you can see the sites of each four stages: Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, and Chalcolithic age. You can observe the sites of all these four stages. I think with this you can realize the difference between Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic age, and this a difference between all these four stages. And I think you can observe all the sites in that maps, and you can observe the pictures given in the textbook itself, and I think you are able to do all your work. Thank you.